So this could be seen as a win or not. So the longer he's there and not in jail, it makes people think, oh man, nothing's gonna happen. But charges just keep being brought up. Um, so Johnny Somali's trial, which was supposed to be what's today now, the 11th. It was supposed to be on last Wednesday, that this week. And it didn't happen. It got delayed. Why? Because there's more charges, and now they've got to figure out, you know, all that other stuff. So his trial's been delayed. I think it said, let's see, where was it? No, not there. May 16th, 2025. Same courtroom, same courthouse and courtroom, same court channel. And there's other things that came up with this, which the words I'm not going to actually say, because the last time I got, despite the fact that YouTubers already have to jump through hoops to get monetized, oh, this channel isn't for kids, and you talk about certain topics, it's like, sorry. And then I submitted it, and it's like, oh, confirmed by reviewer. So I'm just not going to say any of these words. But Johnny Somali trial delayed as Korea files charges for even more jail time. I think he's up to like 15, 20 years at this point. Controversial streamer Johnny Somali has had his trial delayed to May following new charges that can result in even more jail time. He also thinks that pleading insanity, or not rather insanity, but saying that he's bipolar, he seems to think that that's going to help because it works in America. Because the American justice system is stupid, and they think that, he's bipolar. He totally doesn't have any control over his actions. He seems to think that South Korea is like America when it comes to like mental illness. While yes, it might prevent it at some point, it has to be proven that you had no control of yourself. So if it was bipolar, you would have to have evidence and actually show proof that that evil, angry side of you took control. But then when you look at all his videos, you see that that's not the case. It's not an angry side. It's I want to go around and cause trouble for as many people as possible because I'm addicted to making money. So that whole idea of, me being bipolar, it doesn't hold up. It doesn't hold up there. Johnny Somali has already pled guilty in South Korean court for obstruction of business, which he claims it was just spilling some water. But then when you see the video, he's not just a little water, like a whole thing of water. And then he's taking the noodles and throwing them out the door, at the door, being rude to the people in there, being rude to the person who comes over and tells them to stop, being racist towards them, constantly talking in this gibberish that he's trying to, push as Korean. And has severe new charges coming his way. For months, Somali terrorized South Korea with a new series of stream antics that included dancing in front of his, which was more than just that. He kissed the damn thing, which, if you know what it's for, harassing locals and causing a scene in local businesses. While some Koreans fought back, including one special force YouTuber who KO'd Somali on camera, the legal system is hitting him even harder. Major charges against Johnny Somali coming as trial gets pushed back. Ahead of his April 9th court date, Somali's legal team successfully managed to get it pushed back to May. 2 days prior, his lawyer, as per lawyer legal mindset, Somali public defender motioned to delay of the trial date, adding that this is likely due to the new deepfake charges. This charge is related to AI deepfakes he allegedly made, which include one of Korean streamer Bong Bong, who he made it look like he and the influencer were kissing in November 2024. This charge carries a mandatory prison sentence of up to 7 years just for that. And that's not the only crime Somali is accused of. Earlier in 2024, he had streamed from Korean theme park Lot World, where he allegedly broadcasted text-to-speech claiming things that I can't say because YouTube doesn't like when people say them. So just use your eyes and just read it yourself. Because I'm tired of the way YouTubers are treated by freaking YouTube. Again, we already have to do backflips through hoops and flaming hoops and all that just to get monetized. But then you even say something like this. It's like, sorry, demonetized, reviewed and confirmed by reviewer. So far, an investigation has been launched into the stream, into that stream, and Somali could already be facing charges of maximum punishment if found guilty, 10 years in jail with labor. I hope he likes cabbages. Seriously, I hope he likes cabbages. Those cabbages aren't gonna pick and clean themselves, you know. So that's 17 years right there. 10 years just for that allegation, or not an allegation, but 10 years for that, 7 years for that AI one. I think it was 5 years for the with the Statue of Peace. So already he's looking at 20 plus years. Like what, 21, 22 years from 3 charges. And the dude just wants to keep, every time he gets on stream, he incriminates himself. He made like a prank phone call to the South Korean police. That's probably going to get added on. The dude just doesn't know when to stop. And he said himself, he doesn't care. He doesn't respect anyone. He just wants to make money. Well, a lot of good money is going to do you when you're in South Korean prison. Yay! 6:40. My timer's gone off. Or my alarm. Because I'm an old man. I wake up 6:40 in the morning. Actually, no. I woke up at like 5 something this morning. Like 5:34 or something this morning. So. I've been up for almost an hour already. But, his next his next trial date is set for May 16th. Yeah, hungover. And he's doing this whole trying to make it seem like he's a MAGA kind of thing, thinking that, you know, Trump's gonna see him and be like, oh, that poor Johnny Somali, those South Koreans are treating him so badly. He really thinks that like the dude's gonna pardon him or something. Sorry, no. Wearing a MAGA hat and he's basically being what the left thinks MAGA actually is. And everyone is smart enough to see right through it. So, you know, he says he does. I mean, he outright said he doesn't care about anyone or anything. So if he has to pretend to be something because he thinks that it's gonna, like the dude thinks that being bipolar is somehow gonna get him off the hook as well. So he's trying to set all these things in place so that way he's like, oh well, that didn't work. This one will work this time too. You know. So it's like, oh well, if the bipolar doesn't work, oh well, Trump will see I'm just a poor MAGA supporter, and I'm being withheld for no reason, and that Trump's gonna be like, let out Johnny Somali. I'm declaring that Johnny Somali is a free man. You know, he thinks that Trump's gonna come to his rescue. That's what the whole that's why with the whole at least that's the theory of what kind of theory. I don't know. A theory. Thanks for watching. But the dude doesn't care about anyone or anything. He doesn't care about other people. He doesn't care about being racist. He doesn't care. This guy is the true racist here. Like I say, he listen to the way he talks to the South Koreans. Like the made up gibberish, like what you would expect someone to say when they're trying to be racist, like, oh, ching ching chong, like that crap. That's what he's doing. He's just making up words. Or he tries to add something at the end of the words he's saying to make it sound like, it's Korean. It's the dude's an asshat. But yeah, especially those allegations with this. Oh yeah, that's oh, that alone. Like I said, we're already up to 22 years in prison. Like I said, that one was 10 years, and then the other one, the Deepfake, that's 7 years, and then the kissing the Statue of Peace, that's 5 years. Not to mention, you still have to add the charge of the disruption of a business, where you're sitting there throwing noodles at the door and all around. So this dude could be looking at maybe possibly up almost 30 years in prison. And that's just with those charges. He keeps racking them up. Every time he streams, every time that, like I said, that the police, the phone call he made to the South Korean police, him and what's his name? Yeah, guess what? Those kinds of things are a crime here in America as well. So yeah, they're going to be a crime there in South Korea. But the dude thinks he's going to get off scot-clean with, oh yeah, I'm bipolar, or oh, Donald Trump's going to say, no, no one's saving you. You thought you were the main character. You're being proven otherwise. You're not the main character. No one's going to come save you. The dude was apparently begging for money not too long ago, saying that he doesn't have any money left. Well, whose fault is that, Johnny? Maybe if you acted like a normal human being, maybe you'd still have money. Maybe the South Korean government or police or whoever wouldn't have taken all your things. Maybe if you just acted like a normal person. But you can't do that. You're incapable of that. Because you care more about that sweet, sweet YouTube money or TikTok money or whatever money than you do about being a decent human being who just goes out. If you were to just show South Korea, you go to different places in South Korea and respectfully interact with the people, you would still get a lot of views. So why you think you have to be an ass clown to get views is beyond me. Not to mention, having that kind of content would broaden the audience, because instead of just having a bunch of little freaking idiotic teenagers and mentally challenged adults who find that crap funny, you'd be bringing in people who want to see South Korea. It's like, oh wow, he's going to all these beautiful locations. But no, you're not doing that because your brain isn't capable of thinking that far. You're digging your own hole, your own grave here. And again, this dude is going to be in the Guinness Book of World Records for fastest time of fucking around and finding out. This crap in America would have taken ages. South Korea is not messing around. And I've said before, I hope this sets an example. I hope he's made an example of where it shows, hey, streamers, you want to come to other countries and do this? This is what's going to happen to you. Not just here in South Korea, but I hope other countries see it and say, hey, you know what? We're going to do what South Korea did. We're going to hold them. We're going to put them in prison. We're going to rack up charges for everything they've done. So, bro, speedrunning a death sentence, life sentence in South Korea. Send them. That's what I said. Send them to North Korea. Such a nuisance. He needs to be punished appropriately. God, I feel for his family. Why? Bro is racking up stacks of charges instead of the money. Yep, lock him up for 80 years. 1 million years! That's a yikes for me, dog. Hope justice prevails soon. It will. That could result in even more jail time. Yep. For the love of the gods, please stop this man from being an a-hole. Actions have consequences. He thought he would go viral. Now he's going to trial. Yeah. Um. Can we stop posting about Sid the sloth? Look, this Sid the sloth looking loser. There's literally no need. No, there is. There is a reason. You know, because the more charges that get added on, those need to be added as well. So you can't just keep it at that trial date. You need to then extend it because those new charges need to be put into the charge pool essentially. You know, so that way they can kind of determine, you know, with prison sentence and stuff like that. They're just, you know, death penalty? Will it result in execution? And will it be live streamed? Never pray for someone's downfall before, but I hope he gets 10 plus years at the least. Oh, he will. I mean, he's already past 20 years. Because it didn't say anything, you know, it's like the deep fake one. That's what, 7 years? It didn't say up to 7 years. Like, okay, what? Oh yeah, this one, the harassment, the maximum punishment found 10 years. It's not anything, just 10 years. So that is the maximum. So you know that they're going to push for the maximum. And especially him going in and disrespecting the judge, disrespecting, you know, he thinks that the judge, the prosecutor, and whoever, that they don't see any of this. Like, he makes all these streams where he talks, people are saving them, they're sending them, and the prosecutor and the judge are seeing this stuff beforehand. So when he comes in and tries to act all innocent, like, oh, they know the truth. They're looking at it, they're looking at his streams, they know how he truly feels. He's saying F the South Korean police, F the judge. You really think it's like, oh, well, you've disrespected us, but I'm only going to charge you to 1 year. No, that judge is looking for blood. And he is going to find it in Johnny Somali. But, yeah, it's a shame it keeps getting pushed, but, you know, that's what happens when new charges come up. So, can't be helped. So now we've got to wait till May. Gotta wait till May, which is, or this date is about a month and a few days away. Sad, but it'll be worth it in the end. It'll be worth it. Anyway, that's gonna do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.